What's happening? Thank you so much for joining the Pirate Broadcast. I'm here today to talk about what are we going to be drinking today? What is it that we're going to be sharing? And I have a story for you. We're going to talk to Joe today about Cafeína water. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Pirate Broadcast, where we interview interesting people doing interesting things, where you can expand your connections, your community. Kindness is cool and smiles are free. And let's get this party started. Welcome, Joe. How you doing, brother?
Hey, Russ, how you doing today? And thanks for having me on the Pirate Broadcast.
Well, you know, it's an amazing adventure because you're telling a story that many people probably are going to sit back and go, wow, that's crazy. And it's so cool because you didn't start this company, 30 years ago. You started it more recently. And for those that don't know you or haven't met you or haven't quite got their handle on what you're doing, tell us a little bit about the backstory, because you and your partner started out in, bars and restaurant business, and, drinking 10, 15 cups a day of coffee isn't necessarily what you want to do to your body. So bring us back and tell us how this whole thing started with Cafeína.
Well, yes, my partner and I were in the nightclub business for many years. And it is, staying up till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and just trying to complete a night working. Yes, we were drinking coffee and, diners afterwards. We're in New Jersey, so you always go to a diner afterwards. And yeah, we'd be drinking all this coffee. And, we always said that, we were looking for something to drink that other than, having these coffees. And, lo and behold, years later, we've come out with a caffeine water. So it was an interesting ride, and we just wish we had the knowledge back then. When we were in the nightclub business. Well, my partner he still owns a bar here in New Jersey, but
okay.
So this does help him. At least stay awake until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, because we're not getting any younger anyway.
Well, I grew up as a musician, so I know the schedule. I know how it is to go out to a restaurant afterwards, and I have to imagine that, the long hours and late at night and everything else. And the beautiful thing about what you're doing, and to frame it, is water is kind of important for humans to consume, and you don't necessarily have the availability of, to stop and, go grab a water, but you made it really easy for people to grab water, and also have a little bit of zip to the drink as well.
A little boost, yes, and
yeah, a little boost.
Water. Excuse me. Water, is something that your body needs. People don't drink enough water. They drink, they're drinking all these sodas and energy drinks and stuff that dehydrates you. Having water hydrates you, makes you look younger. Keeps your skin. Your whole body is hydrated. Your whole body is made up of water. So that was, our key here is just to really get people to continually drink water. And then we added the boost in there so that people, feeling tired when you're at work or at the gym, you need that extra boost. Well, we put 100 milligrams of caffeine in that water.
So that's not, excuse me, that's not huge, but it's not necessarily straight water either. So
it's 1 cup of coffee. So, it's equivalent to a cup of coffee. But the key is that we use a natural spring water. We don't use purified water. We use what the spring gives us. So, all the elements, the minerals, everything is, we don't take any of that out. Like a lot of the purified waters that you see on the shelf today. So, right. You'll have the benefits of a pure Pennsylvania spring water.
Love it. So what was the trigger that prompted you guys to think about this idea in general? I mean, taking an idea and putting it into market and packaging and all of the things that go into it. I've kind of, familiar with some of the processes that you've gone through. So to me, it's you just sitting there working one night and all of a sudden, hey, let's create a water company. Or what was the epiphany that took the leap into faith?
Yeah, I guess the backstory is, I've been a printer for over 30 years. And, I was in marketing, printing, and always design magazine work my whole life, and before I did get into the marketing of nightclubs. But it kind of turned into, me creating packaging, and kind of it was easy to create the package. Okay. And, then that kind of went into, in the marketing side of things. So I guess it was easy for me. I'm trying to see how I want to put this, because I started marketing other water companies, and I'm more like a sponge when it comes to things. So it's like I learned, I sat, I watched as I was creating products for people in the alkaline water business. And as I was creating these products, I'm like, well, okay, well, this, seems like something that can't be that difficult. And, I went to my friends, Ron, my friend, who was my co-partner, the co-founder of this company. And I said, let's create this caffeine water. We were researching it. We had some ideas what we wanted to do. And we just kind of pulled the trigger. And, having the printing background, I think it was easy to create the label, to create the idea of it. We just needed the co-packer. So
that's brilliant. I love the idea of water. Hey, I want to give a shout out to some of the individuals that have joined us today, Joe, because Chris Hennessy, good morning. How are you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining us. James Kunkel, jumping in the room. The infamous Gabe. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello, guys.
This is the conversations that we have here, Joe, is we got a lot of people in the community. They contact and collaborate with each other, and we are all connected here in some way. Good morning, my fellow pirates. Happy New Year to you both. Thank you so much, Carl. Appreciate it, brother. Hey, what part of New Jersey? He's in New Jersey as well.
Clifton, New Jersey.
Clifton. All right. Give a shout out to Clifton, New Jersey. Happy New Year, us. Jeff Young. Nice to see you still going strong in 2022. I wouldn't stop for anything, Jeff. You know that. Howard Kaufman. Now, Howard has a great product. He has the he's here locally in Arizona, and he has ORL. He's gone through the same kind of process, Joe, packaging up a product, and it's mouth care. He has some amazing, I'm loving the toothpaste, Howard, just FYI. He had some hemp-based toothpaste, no CBD at all in it. So talk about this. Howard asked, do you sell direct to consumer or wholesale only? So walk us through that process. And then Chris Stone is here. This show is making me thirsty. Boy, pirates. Well, I think Joe's going to tell you how you can get some water. Chris.
Well, the easiest way right now, we are building our brand on Amazon. We sell on Amazon. We ship to every state in the country. We have shipped to every state in the country, including Alaska and Hawaii. And it's very easy. You can get it on Amazon Prime. The flavors are not on Prime yet. We do ship that from Clifton, New Jersey. This is our unflavored water. This is our black cherry water, and this is our mango water. Oop, let me turn this.
Mango sounds pretty good.
They are delicious, full flavor profile. It's not like drinking so many other drinks where it gives you a little bit of taste. This, we give you a full flavor profile. When you crack this open, you smell it, and when you taste it, it hits your tongue. It's like, wow. There's no sugar, no calories, no anything. We use stevia as our sweetener. and they're delicious. And we brought out the flavors about 4 or 5 months ago. They're doing very well on Amazon, but people still go towards the unflavored. This is a 7+ pH enhanced water with 100 milligrams of caffeine. And like I said, Amazon, we're doing very well selling on Amazon. You can get it in 2 days. The flavors, depending on where you are, you can get within 4 days, I would say.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's, we can get it out to you in Arizona very quickly.
Well, we'll have to go after that. I'm really curious, though, Joe. Is there really something that water's been out? When I was a kid, tap water and out of the hose was good, but the water industry seemed to explode. And from your marketing experience, some of your creative endeavors, what do you think caused the explosion of water and bottled water in general?
Well, I think because we have a product that is, people are more savvy to better water. There's bacteria, and now they say, oh, this other, the lead that's in water in your tap water, which for some reason we look like a couple of healthy guys, didn't really bother us, from drinking from the tap water. But the healthier waters is what people are looking for. The water that gives back, the minerals, and then just adding a couple little things like electrolytes and caffeine to a water. But it's exploding because people are more savvy, and it's easy to carry around with you. It's in a bottle, so I think that's really, the story behind it is, people are more savvy and they want a good drinking water.
You mentioned also that pH balance. Talk a little bit about that. And pH is, it's a great tool to keep yourself healthy as well. So maybe you can mention a little bit of detail around that.
Well, your blood is neutral pH 7.2 or so, and if you drink water that's below 7.2, it leans towards acidic. So that's why the alkaline waters, when you drink alkaline water, it allows you to take in the minerals, your body to take in those minerals. And if you're going to drink water, why not drink a good water and not drink an acidic water? Some of the other companies out there are just basically putting tap water in bottles. We're not doing that. We take it direct from the spring and bottle it in Pennsylvania.
Wow. I really appreciate that, because there are times where, if anyone has ever had fresh spring water right from the spring, it's incredible. You can taste the difference. You recognize it immediately, and it just has a great flavor. So I'm excited to try the water out. Also, I just want to talk about how did you changing gears a little bit here, Joe.
Okay.
So you've been in marketing for a while then. So it's, you probably had side gigs and doing other things, side hustle all the time, your whole life, it sounds like. And so how did you gravitate towards marketing, and what was the impact in your life that created that opening?
Well, starting as a kid, in high school, I knew I wanted to be a printer. So, I had the printing classes in school. I was learning, we were working with the small little presses that they had in Kearney High School here in New Jersey. And, kind of gave me the platform to get into the printing industry. And that's where I started. And Harrison, New Jersey, in the old Two Guys building was my first job. Was called a pre-press shop. So,
okay.
I was a camera operator, a proofer, and I would be working the second shift there, and I would kind of jump into this newly built computer room, which wasn't really a big thing back then, in the printing industry. And I kind of messed up a file retouched, file that was on for a magazine in the city, and I had to put a line. I put a line across the file, and if you know anything about computers back then, they were pretty slow.
Yeah.
So I remember staying up until 6 o'clock in the morning fixing this file, and that kind of started my whole computer side of things, in which I went in to do a lot of magazine covers for a couple different companies, and then that kind of gave me the eye of what was supposed to look good. I mean, I've pretty much learned what sells in a magazine, and the designs and everything. So I do that still today. I still design ads for people, and marketing materials, point of sale materials, and I do everything for Cafeína,
Okay.
and all our product labels, and all our ads, and all the professional ads that you see on our social media is all done in house.
That's brilliant. It's funny how life takes us on these paths, and kind of opens the opportunities. You staying up until 6 and repairing something opened up an entirely new door. So
30 years ago, and it's helped me to get to the point where we are at right now. And the beverage industry, if you don't do it yourself, it costs a lot of money to get this stuff done. So we're having it in house. We're saving money, doing and we feel that being in the marketing industry. My partner is a marketing major also, from I think Southern Florida University, I believe it is, or one of those universities down in Florida, and so he has that background too. It really helps.
Yeah. Well, you can bounce things off of each other and say, well, what do you think? Let's take a couple of shots here and take a look at it and see what it looks like. So
plus we have a lot of drive. We continually, we're working all the time, so we don't stop.
Well, I can appreciate that. Hey, Gabe has a comment here. How much do they look into sustainability using plastics for their water, are both eco-friendly and have a good carbon footprint? Because that's a huge topic these days. So,
yes.
So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, the water deliverability. I mean, we have, for taste reasons. I know some other companies are using cartons, and people are putting water in cans and stuff. But we are 100% recyclable. Everything, the bottle, the cap, everything is 100% recyclable. It's PET plastic. So it's a high quality packaging. But we know that there's people out there that are really concerned about plastic, and getting plastic into the ocean, and all this stuff. But in order for us to get the water to people, I mean, we really have no choice but to put it in plastic. But it is recyclable, so we do want everybody to recycle these bottles, or recycle in general.
Michael Baker's joining us in from Florida. Thank you so much, Michael Baker. How you doing? Wendy up in Minnesota there. Good morning, Pirates. We needed another beverage on the pirate ship. The Admiral generously allows tea time. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. The funny thing about it's a balance as well. Sustainability, packaging. I know Howard, we talked about earlier, he's doing the same thing, adjusting packaging. He has some really amazing and beautiful packaging, and it all comes at a balance. There's a cost associated with packaging, and then there's a benefit associated with packaging. So did it take you a while to get your packaging down and go through that whole process of what it needs to look like, how it needs to be delivered, the size and the packaging, the boxes, and everything that goes along with that? Was that a long process, or
it wasn't? Our co-packer, their abilities, we just kind of follow what their abilities are. But knowing that 100 milligrams of caffeine in the water, and to get the taste right, to balance the taste, and to not have any any weird taste to it, adding the caffeine and everything in it. We felt that this bottle size, a 16.9 ounce bottle size, was the perfect size for us. Single use, drink it, and get the benefits of the caffeine immediately. So, I guess that was our goal is for taste reasons. We do want people to taste the water itself. And people really don't really understand what natural spring water tastes like,
right?
Because they're so used to drinking other waters that really have no taste whatsoever. And then, like I said before, that natural spring water is what the most important part of this is. But
and like I said, if you haven't tasted actual spring water at the source, there's nothing like it. So
yes,
it's insane. It's insane. So
yeah,
what's
it's refreshing? It really is.
Yeah, it is very refreshing. So what's on the roadmap? You started, what did you say, 2020?
In 2020, we started. Our first delivery was May 5th of 2020. The roadmap is to continue with our line, with our flavors, and just to become more innovative, especially in the times that we're in, moving into more health benefit type waters, bringing out some really delicious flavors, on top of what we have already, and just, here we're listening to what people are asking for, and seeing the markets, especially, we're in the nightclub business, so we know what the liquor markets are doing, and we see the trends in liquor markets. So, we follow what those guys are doing too, and what people are drinking. And that's why we came out with the mango and the black cherry, because they were very big flavors. And it kind of shows already, with our sales of the new flavors. Wow. So, we have approved a couple new flavors, which you'll see very soon. And we'll come back on and we'll show you what the new stuff will be. We can't get into the flavors right now, but the flavors that we're going to be releasing. But in the first quarter of this year, you'll see at least a couple new flavors.
That's awesome. Michael Baker says presence and presentation, and yeah, Chris Ross is here. Let's get it. Coming in late to this one, but what's up, everybody? Chris Ross of Windjet Community. I'm a community leader over there, so love to have you join us. THC CBD infused waters. Are you going into that direction at all?
We've discussed it. It's another thing that we're looking at.
Entirely different market.
Entirely different market. That there is, the expense. We've definitely looked into it though, and it's something that could happen late this year, maybe early next year, if it's something that really fits into our model.
Yeah. Wendy says Joe has a great radio voice. I see podcast in his future where he interviews people who work crazy hours and interesting jobs. All of his guests must be sharp and alert to perform at their peak.
Yes.
We can set you up, Joe. We can set you up. The reality is we all have, this is the beauty of what I'm talking about, the pirate broadcast and the pirate community in general is we're all at some level innovators. We're innovating our lives. We're taking products and services and creating something new. And this cycle of, creativity, marketing, media, how you think and how you position your products and services is an ongoing process. It's an ongoing business. And a lot of people, I started in outdoor advertising in 1985. Okay. So talking about printing, I went through the whole process of hand painted billboards to printed billboards. And so that I understand the printing business. I don't understand the water business. I mean, I understand, the water business in general. In fact, I had a place out on the peninsula, Washington Peninsula, and the water was so good. I loved the water out there, and we had a really deep well, and it was amazing water. And I often thought when they first started this, it's like, I would love to bottle this up and just, serve it up. And I just never did it. So I applaud you. And it's like, oh, wow, that is so cool. I just really appreciate the fact that you took the initiative, you took the leap and decided to jump into this arena. And it's not necessarily an open market. It's very competitive, but you're taking a little different spin because you're going to Amazon, you're selling direct consumer for the most part, if I understand your model. So maybe you could speak to that a little bit. And I want to welcome Rex Powers in the room. Thank you so much for being here, Rex. He's a local. He's got some history in the CBD industry as well. From inspiration to innovation to creation. Absolutely, Michael Baker. So talk to us a little bit about your distribution model, because I think that's very innovative and creative as well.
Well, our goal was to get the water in people's hands as fast as possible. And seeing what Amazon is doing, able to get the water to you in 2 days, where, we wanted to build a brand first. So we didn't want to stay regional and whatever, the Northeast, and knowing that we can just ship the water here. We decided that we wanted to run with Amazon, build a brand, sell to every state, become a national company through Amazon. And then from there, we're working on the brick and mortar, the big box stores as we speak, because now, at least people know around the country, about our water. So that was the key to us, and starting it that way and having people really enjoy the water, reorders, on Amazon. There's people order water 40, 50 times already, through Amazon. And we don't have the subscription service through Amazon yet. We are having problems with Amazon, like everybody else does, but we're fighting our way through, and, we're still, we're top 10, top 15 in our category. Some of the big players out there in the beverage industry, we're holding with them, in our categories. And, our goal was to exactly do what we're doing right now, is to just get it into people's hands. And we'll worry about the brand, we'll worry about the brick and mortar stores and the distribution, this year. But, at least we have a good year and a half, almost 2 years of brand building. And, it's become a very popular product.
Well, building brand awareness and authority in the market is always important for any business owner. So I just really appreciate the fact that you're here today. Wendy says, Joe, is Cafeína under kosher supervision opens the market further to vegan as well as kosher market? So
it is kosher, yes. So it is. We are Star K approved here, kosher. So yes,
fantastic.
And we are, one of our partners, a friend of mine that I did bring into the business, is Jewish, and we made sure that we do want that market too, and which does, we're a very well-rounded company here.
We'll have to get you introductions to Wendy. Her husband owns a restaurant, and they are very active in that community. So she'd be a great connection to connect with. So
definitely.
Yeah. But thank you so much, Joe, for being here. Look forward to your growth, your expansion, and updates on the regular as far as the Pirate goes. Come back and give us updates when you release new products and new flavors and anything that goes along with that.
I love being part of the team now.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. As you know, we're here. We're going live, and the Pirate broadcast is based on the fact that kindness is cool and smiles are free. So we want you to enjoy your day. Take care, Joe. Be well.
All right, thanks, Russ. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining the Pirate broadcast. If you found this content valuable, please like, comment, and share it across your social media channels. I would love the opportunity to help others grow in their business. The Pirate Syndicate is a platform where you show up, we produce the show. It's that easy. If you want to be seen, be heard, and be talked about, join the Pirate Syndicate today.